Welcome in, everyone, to another session with The Second Chances. As always, we're going to start with our thank yous to Critical Role for creating the wonderful world of Exandria that we play in, and then to all the artists whose music we use here on the stream, including Reliquary Records, Dungeon Glitch, Critical Role, Hunter Rogertson, and Borislav Slavov. Go check them out on Spotify, or if there's any other places that you stream music from. Last time, with The Second Chances, they have been exploring around, trekking through the Pallid Grove, which is where Maeve grew up with her people. But things are a bit different from the last time that she left. There's a logging company that had begun to push further and further into the Pallid Grove, taking the special magical petrified lumber. There's also a massive planar breach that reaches hundreds and hundreds of feet up into the sky that shows an entirely different world.
I was about to say, you kind of bury the lead when you start with the logging company of the great changes her home has seen.
And her people have also been suffering from a sickness known as the Pallid Plague, which has created a mass exodus. A lot of her people have perished because of the plague. They have left the Pallid Grove, and more still, are returning to their former underground dwelling where they lived 50 years ago for more than 1,000 years following the calamity. So the Pallid Grove, perhaps more so than any place yet that the Second Chances have visited, has undergone quite a bit of change. Having found or returned to her home in Ciri-Lair, her hometown, she found a letter from her father, which caused some emotions.
Emotional damage.
And some emotional damage. She also found out that the woman that her... Was Norris was your first boyfriend? Your first?
Yeah.
That her first relationship, her ex, had got with after she left, and had always been a little bit infatuated with, had found out that she died from the plague. And then the Second Chances stumbled across a house bathed in moonlight, a blessing from the Moonweaver, that was protecting 4 people inside it. One of them being Norrison, Maeve's ex. Rayella, another Pallid elf, very capable with a bow that you knew growing up. A younger one named Sayria, and a older man, Eduardo, who is within the final stages of the Pallid Plague, but is somehow holding on, and Rayella believes that it may have something to do with the presence of the Moonweaver here. So we are going to do a little bit of backtracking here. At the end of last session, you guys had each of your watches throughout the night. Maeve and Corey had visions or dreams, we're not exactly sure what, of what they may have been or what they could, I suppose, still be, should the crawling king influence and get his hands on them. Rosalind and Leo had a bit of a heart-to-heart during their watch, and before we jump back into the morning, we are going to check in with what Hermia was doing for the majority of the night.
What was I doing?
So, Sayria, the younger Pallid elf girl, maybe a few years younger than Corey, had came out before watch had started and had asked you if you followed the Raven Queen.
Hey.
And
That it?
yeah, do you answer her?
Yeah, I follow the Raven Queen.
If we're going to leave in the morning, we can't leave. And she kind of looks back towards the room where the older man is. We can't leave Mr. Hazelbrush here. We think he's having trouble letting go. Could you help him?
This is out of character
Mm-hmm.
because I don't know the exact circumstances of Mr. Hazelbrush. But is he still lucid? Is he talking?
He's not lucid, but like you haven't been in there to check on him, but they basically mentioned that like he's delirious, he has trouble keeping food down, he can barely drink water, but no one's been in to like actually check him out and like take a look at him yet to see how bad he is.
Why? Because he's contagious?
Asking about that, the Pallid Elves don't think that the plague is contagious. Like it's not passed in any discernible way that they are aware of. It seems that people just sort of fall victim to it and they can't figure out why. Isolation didn't work. There are people who it took longer to affect than others. Rayella has yet to be affected by it at all.
Do we know, though, about Rayella's circumstances? I mean, I know, but does the party know?
Wait, what's her circumstances?
Maeve, why don't you... Well, I mean, everyone...
Well, she
can
told
see...
Zealous, and I
Right.
would know.
Okay.
I just don't know if the whole party knows.
Yeah, I would say that throughout the night, it's something that you could probably come to a logical conclusion of, that either she has some sort of immunity or resistance to it because she's not a full-blooded Pallid Elf.
She's not full, yeah.
Okay.
Rayella is half sea elf, half Pallid Elf, and so the fact that she hasn't been infected is suspicious in that way.
Yep. Sayria also doesn't have it, and she's been tending to the old man. So it's not contagious, and as a Eladrin, you probably...
Well, that's not
yeah.
why. I was just like, because you said no one's been in there to check on him.
I just mean as far as your group goes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you meant like at all.
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
that's cruel. You just leave an old man.
No,
in there
yeah.
alone.
Sayria has been tending to him. So like when you first came in, she came out of the room, and she's been in and out of the room a few times.
Well,
If you
kind of new at this whole champion of the Raven Queen thing, but I can talk to him and I could try.
Okay. She kind of looks hopefully at you. As you head back into the room with her, make a perception check for me.
Okay, one sec. Perception. That is 18 plus 7.
So, as the door is closing, you hear Zana whisper to the rest of them that if this doesn't work out and you all would like me to, I can deal with it as well. So just know in the back of your mind, Hermia, that if at any point you want to call Zana in here and give the responsibility off to her, you can.
Okay. Okay, I guess I enter the room.
Yep. So Sayria leads you in there, and she walks up and sits down in a stool next to the bed and picks up a wet cloth out of a bucket and begins to apply like some water and just kind of try to cool him down and keep him clean. But you see a much older Pallid Elf. Even as far as like the longer lived species like Eladrin and elves go, like you can tell this man is getting older. His hair is sort of that graying white that like it's lost its natural color. He has wrinkles. He looks frail, and he's delirious. He is sweating. He seems to be babbling or like talking to himself sort of under his breath. It's difficult to make out any coherency to his sentences.
Okay.
What would you like to try and do?
So I like to I guess sit next to the bed. I don't know if there's like a stool or something there.
Yeah, you can grab another chair, or bucket, or something in the room to sit down next to Saria.
And kind of put one of my hands on one of his.
As you do, his hand immediately wraps around yours and kind of squeezes it. Not too tightly, because he doesn't have a lot of strength, but just as an instinct, it grabs your hand back.
Oh, it's just a reflex, not intentional.
Make an insight check.
Okay. Insight is 17 plus 7.
So it kind of makes you jump a bit. And at first you probably think maybe it's just reflexive. But as you look up at him, whereas before he was in his discomfort and in the throes of the pain he's in, he was just kind of staring up at the ceiling. He seems to be looking at you, but it also feels like he's looking a bit through you and just whispering something under his breath.
Can I tell what he's saying if I lean forward?
If you'd like to, of course.
Okay, I'm gonna try to do that.
Leaning forward and listening, he seems to be saying, it takes a minute. He's repeating names. You make out you make out the name Alincia and Shalara.
I say those words out loud, or those names out loud, louder for it's the little girl, right, that's with me?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
For her to hear, do those names mean anything to you?
She nods. Those are his daughters.
Are they?
They left. They were amongst some of the first that left the grove when people started getting sick.
In my head, I'm going to ask Maeve if those two people, if she knows if they're okay and alive somewhere.
You know what, Maeve? I would say that based on everything that had went down in Guarden, you probably would have had a good idea. At least anyone that you would have known personally, if there's anybody from your Nor there,
Yeah.
you probably would have wanted to know, or it would have gotten to you in some way.
Okay.
So, yes, you may not have talked to them directly. You recognize the names, you know who they are, and you remember seeing them at Guarden.
They were in Guarden. They were healthy as far as I saw. Not that I talked to them specifically, but they're alive in Guarden.
Okay, I'm gonna kind of lean forward again and kind of softly say, "It's okay. They're okay. They're alive. They're safe." And see if he responds in any way to that.
His body seems to relax a little bit. It's still tensed up. You can tell that he's still in pain, but your words seem to be reaching him in some way. Make a wisdom check for me.
Great wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm gonna use an inspiration because that was bad.
Sure.
Oh shit. Okay, that is an 18.
Okay. With an 18, I think you can sense that there's still some turmoil within him. And as you are holding his hand, you start to feel, and you can tell it's coming from him, that there is a sense of regret.
I'm gonna I guess I'll ask him first. I don't expect him to give me an answer, but I was like, I'll ask, what's wrong? What's holding you back here?
He keeps repeating their names.
I'll ask the little girl. I was like, when they left, did they fight?
I don't know. I didn't really know them very well. It's possible a lot of the older generations, didn't think it was smart to leave. Some of them thought that what's happening to us was punishment from Sehanine, and that leaving might further anger her. A lot of people who followed in the Farseer's footsteps were not looked well upon by a lot of the elders. So it's possible they didn't leave on good terms.
Oops.
I will lean forward and ask, did you not get a chance to say goodbye to them?
He squeezes more tightly on your hand.
I see.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh,
Harriet.
okay, go ahead.
No,
No, you go ahead because I
you
was gonna
go
grab
ahead.
thing.
Oh, okay. You know of at least one way that you could give him a chance to speak to at least one of them.
Like a sending stone?
Or a dream spell.
Yeah, but what if he dies in his sleep and he doesn't dream all the way?
That
Well,
is
the
an
other person
interesting
will.
concept.
The other person will never forget it. Then I'm sure.
You're pretty sure that with the way that beam of light is being shed down on here, and with Rayella saying that they are, protected by the Moonweaver's blessing, that the Moonweaver is trying to help keep him alive long enough that maybe something can help him.
Okay. First I'll ask Maeve in her head, is there a way that you could tell either of his daughters if they could dream soon?
Yeah, I can send a message. Are
Say
you going to use it? Go ahead.
it is currently nighttime, so
Well, they're also elves, so I don't know how they sleep.
fair, I suppose.
I'll say okay, do it, and then I'll talk to Corey in her head. Hey, Corey.
Yeah.
I need your help with helping this dad say goodbye to his daughters because he didn't get a chance to when they were here. So I figured he could do it in a dream.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll stop by.
Are you okay?
This is pre-nightmare, Corey.
Oh, yeah, everything's perfectly fine. I just got off the phone
Okay.
with Faye. Everything's just dandy. I'm so ready for this next adventure we're about to be on.
Really looking
okay.
forward to
I'm in such a
sleeping
great
later
mood.
tonight.
Nothing could ruin it, really.
Actually, so good.
5 minutes later.
Okay, yeah.
Come over.
Yes.
Crack my knuckles.
I don't know which daughter to contact unless we can get both of them into this, but I guess I'll contact who I know is the
I could
older
cast it twice.
They were twins, but they always argued about one being older than the other by 5 seconds. So yes, you can definitely contact the older one, probably Shalara.
All right.
Hard to fight.
I'll say, this is Time Avra. I'm with your father. If you go sleep, we have a way for you to reach him.
Gosh, how would someone respond to that?
It's a weird.
Yeah, oh, it's 100% a weird thing to get in the middle of the night. Yeah, absolutely.
It's like that hospital call. It's like, you gotta come down here.
It's almost like a sending spell isn't good for a whole lot of things.
It's good for
No.
quick messages.
You hear back, confused and drowsy. Dad? A message? All right. And she now has trouble going back to sleep because someone's like,
God,
"Hey,
no.
just dream, and your dad's gonna come
I
talk to you."
I know. That's what I was afraid
Yep.
of, but I'm just trying to follow her. Just doing my best here.
So
Go
Corey,
ahead.
you cast dream on the old man.
I'll kind of
Um,
take Hermia's hand and
I'll
guide her to help me with the ritual.
I'll tell him to think about his daughters and to sleep. Not forever, just normal sleeping.
He will after. It's okay.
Okay.
I mean, it's not the end of the world.
Hermia, if Corey cast a dream on you as well, you could sort of kind of hitch a ride along with to be in there as well if you wanted to. You don't have to.
I'll go too, and I'll be like, okay, guess I'm just gonna lay on the floor and, hey Corey, can you just knock me out, just like with your foot, just like kick me right in the head?
That's not how dreaming
Yep,
works.
you just
Get me
need to-
right in the temple. I can dream better that way.
That's not.
No, I do like a best friend sleepover. Like, okay, here's a facial. Let's set out
There we
some
go.
like nice candles and stuff, and
I
like
think of one
just
to
like
the old guy too. Like put like a face mask on.
sure, make him feel the best he's ever felt, even though he's on his deathbed.
Yes.
So as you kind of sit down next to the bed, Hermia, and close your eyes to enter into the dream state, you open them back up almost immediately, like you just blinked, and Corey's gone. Sayria is gone. You look back on the bed, And Mr. Hazelbrush is still there.
Are you awake?
He doesn't look much better than he did before. And
That's
you hear a voice. Hello?
Over here.
You hear cautious footsteps outside the door that slowly opens, and you don't see any of your friends out in the main room, but in their place, you see Pallid Elf around Maeve's age, maybe a little bit older. You can see some of the resemblance to the old man in the bed, and she kind of stands there holding the door open, just looking at her father and the strange Eladrin in this room. So that message wasn't really clear on what is happening.
Yeah, sorry.
I'm a friend of Time Abra's. I am a follower of the Raven Queen. Your father doesn't have much time left, but he wanted to say goodbye because he couldn't say it to you when you left.
She pauses for a moment before she walks in and comes up. He was fine when we left a month ago. We tried to get him to come with us, but he refused. He thought that the Moonweaver was punishing our people. Can he hear me?
Yeah, he can.
She sits down next to him on the bed. I'm not really sure what I should say.
He's probably hoping that you're not mad at him, that you still love him, that you know that he loves you.
I mean, those things are most all true. I am still mad that he didn't just come with us. And now he has to go through this. She takes his hand into hers. But we are safe. And, I don't think that we'll come back, which is not what you want to hear, but the world outside the Grove is a much kinder and more beautiful place than we could have imagined. I don't know, maybe it's good that you stayed, because now, she looks over to you, Hermia. I suppose now, Raven Queen and her champion can take you to Mom. She looks over at you expectantly. Is that all right?
Yeah. I mean, I don't think there's any right or wrong words that you can say here. Just speak from your heart.
How long does all of this, is this gonna last for?
The dream? I guess for as long as he is able, as long as his, I guess, will, like, is there any way that your sister could come
I don't know.
and say goodbye too?
I don't know. But I guess I'll stay here with them for as long as your magic lets me.
Does he still look like he's like fighting to like stay here?
He doesn't seem to be in as much pain as he was before. He's calmer now. Go ahead and make an insight check at advantage for me.
Okay. Insight. That was only a 16.
I think with all that you've seen so far and all that you know, he will probably be able to hang on for as long as she's willing to spend here with him, which you know is 8 hours duration for the spell.
Okay. How is your sister? Is she okay?
Yeah, she's doing great. Her and her husband just found out that she's pregnant with twins. And you watch as she kind of starts to choke back tears. Hermia, if
Yes.
you wanted to try, because the dream spell allows you to dream to someone. And Corey had used the dream spell on the old man and on you. He dreamed to his daughter, and you just kind of held on along with it. So if you wanted to, you could try and use your cast of the spell to bring her sister in.
I don't know that spell.
Well, no, the spell's already been cast on you.
Oh, okay, I get it. Okay, I'll try.
I don't know why I'm asking you to do it, but make an Arcana check to see if you can sort of figure out how to do that, having already sort of been here in the dream.
That is a 24.
Yeah, that'll do it. So you kind of close your eyes and you're able to kind of tap into some of his memories being here in his home, in his dream, and you see pictures of the two of them. You know that they're twins as well. And so you try to reach out. And after a few moments, you hear someone else enter. And you watch as slightly shorter Alincia, the other twin, enters and is a bit confused. Maybe not as much as you would think, because she just assumes this is a dream, but you and Shalara sort of explain to her what's happening. And the two of them sit with their father. How long do you stay here, Hermia?
I'll kind of tell them both to. Well, if I leave the dream, does the other twin leave?
Probably.
Because I'm not sleeping anymore?
Maybe.
Okay, maybe I can't leave. I'll just kind of sit in the corner and just.
Okay, you can also sit
On the
like
floor.
out in one of the other rooms as well if you
Oh,
don't
yeah,
want to
yeah,
be like
okay, I'll sit
awkward
outside.
about it.
I'll like awkwardly like just edge out the door and close it.
Yep. And you hear them pouring through all kinds of memories in there. You hear laughter. You hear crying. You hear them comforting one another. During this time, you eventually hear a tapping on the window, and you turn to see a raven sitting in the windowsill.
Can I get up and go to the window and open it and ask the raven, is it time?
As you open it, you get a chance to look into the raven's eyes, and they are an icy snow blue. And as it flies off into the darkness, you see a single feather has been laid there left behind.
I pick it up and kind of call out after it. Was that a yes or a no?
You spend a bit longer before the two of them finally come out and say that they're ready. Is there any final words that you wanted to give them?
Goodbyes are important. You never want to miss a chance to say goodbye, because you never know if you'll ever get to say it again. And I'm sure it meant a lot that he was able to say his goodbyes to you and to hear your voices.
The two of them both hug you together and thank you for giving them this chance. And as the dream ends and you awake, Sayria is asleep, sort of passed out, half on the bed, half still on the chair, and you see in your hand is that raven feather. And as you open your palm to look at it, it just kind of turns to ash and blows away. But you feel something within you. And you have a blessing of the Raven Queen that you can use on any one person. And for 24 hours, they will have advantage on all death saving throws.
Okay.
With that, as you get up to kind of walk out and see what's going on, everyone is just starting to wake up. It is the morning.
Wait, I don't leave. Is the old guy
Well, just sort of taking a look out. Yeah, you're not letting us leave, but you're just taking a look out to sort of see how long you've been gone for. And it does seem like it's morning. So heading back over towards him, go ahead and make a medicine check.
Okay. Not great at medicine.
It's not a super high DC.
How you feel about 5?
Okay. So you walk over and you kind of check him, and you're like, dang, is he still alive?
Wait, is Corey here?
No. Corey's back out in the room, sort of
Corey
waking up and getting ready. Yeah. So you kind of is he still alive? And you pick his hand up and let it go, and it just hits the bed and then falls off the edge. You're like, oh nope, he's dead. He's gone now.
Okay, I didn't know if I had to do something.
Sayria also kind of wakes up a bit startled as well.
Sorry. Is his soul where it needs to go? I don't know if I need to roll for religion or something.
He has a sort of smile across his face, and I think that you said that you keep Foamir sheathed, even though you don't have to. You treat it like it's a real sword, and I think that you can sense that there is now a new traveler, we'll say, within Foamir.
Okay. I'll tell her as he was able to say goodbye to his daughters and he's at peace. I'll make sure that his soul makes it on the other side of the door.
She stands up and wraps her arms around your waist and gives you a hug.
Hermia just awkwardly pets her,
Rayala is standing in the doorway. He's gone?
I just nod.
All right, then it's time for us to move as well. So Hermia comes out. It is morning.
Is Donna like waiting outside to see if he's dead?
No, as you come out, Zana just kind of gives you a knowing glance and gives you a nod.
Okay.
Thank you, Hermia, for what you did for him. And Corey, too.
Yeah, thanks, Corey.
How does Corey and Maeve look? Because Hermia was obviously out for all of the other stuff that happened. So give us a little rundown on Maeve and Corey currently.
Corey, you go first, 'cause I have a question.
Corey looks like they didn't get any sleep. I think it was a bunch of like waking up and trying to get some rest. So they look very they just look very drained. But at least for now they're trying to like just be like, yeah, what are we doing today? What do we gotta do?
Maeve, what was your question?
Is this after I discover that I'm sick?
Yeah.
Just want to make sure. Similar. She got to sleep a little bit, but I think she's definitely trying to put on a brave face right now.
Yeah, and you all kind of notice now too that Maeve is kind of has like a thin layer of sweat, breathing a little bit more heavily, and it's easy for all of you to notice that she's has the same condition, or she's at that same stage that Norrison is at.
She's not gonna let it stop her.
Raj kind of grimaces like,
Hermia just looks sick.
oh boy.
Not that kind of sick, like.
Yeah, no, I get you.
Are we, I know it was kind of a rough sleep, but we can keep moving? Yes.
Can I just... I need to, like, go to the bathroom? Like, Maeve, where do I go? Where's the bathroom?
We're not uncivilized. I don't know. Is there an outhouse? I don't know what they do in D&D
There,
world.
like, I feel like there would probably be like
D&D has plumbing because I don't like to think
Yeah,
of the alternative.
of the
but...
outhouse. Sure. You are directed to a water closet.
Do what they say, as they say in French.
Mhm.
Hermia will, like, turn on the water and kind of, like, lean over the sink and just... As she feels, like, physically ill, she can tell that something is off with the majority of the party. Leo keeps saying that we're gonna die.
To be
I
fair,
almost said that to Roz.
only Rosalind heard that.
Hermia just gets a feeling that Leo's
That's-
out there somewhere saying we're all
fine.
gonna die. And she's just like trying not to like be physically ill, but she's like kind of like spiraling a little
Mhm.
bit. And she's just gonna be in there for a minute.
Yep, so
Alright.
Hermia goes in and just closes the door behind her.
Hey, before we actually set out,
Mm-hmm.
I need everyone to come out front. Second chances out front before we actually leave.
You may want to grab Hermia, but
We can let Hermia have a moment in the bathroom
that's
first.
fine.
Hermia
But yes.
eventually comes out.
But not yet.
But
Hermia needs a longer minute.
about 5 minutes later, Hermia sheepishly steps out.
She's kind of just shaken.
You know, let me do a quick insight check for one of these NPCs here. Rayala goes, "You sure y'all up to this?"
You guys are kind of shitty hero. No.
I think we just haven't faced something quite this big yet, but we will be. She kind of looks at everyone else.
Hermia just like gives her like a weak thumbs up.
Great.
Roz will glance at the what's the older elven woman's name? The one who's kind of leading this group?
Rayella.
Rayala.
Rayella, thank you. She'll glance at Rayella. Could you prepare a cart so that we have something to travel by?
We won't be traveling by cart. With the creatures that are out there, we're going to need to be quicker and light on our feet. So when you are ready to go,
Okay.
we
Let
will
me
try
rephrase
to
then.
sneak past
Could
them.
you give us a moment then?
I got this. Riel, we just need
That's-
to talk as a group.
That's fine. And
Thank you.
her, Sayria, and Norrison step into one of the other rooms.
All right, so I don't think you need to be an empath to see that everyone's not doing so great. I know some of you had some pretty fucked up visions last night, and Hermia, that couldn't have been easy what you just had to do. Look, that thing, she motions to the portal.
Mhm.
That thing is monstrous, and we really don't know what we're getting ourselves into. But look, guys, here's the thing. We didn't know in that cave back in Rexentrum what we were doing. We didn't know in Tile what we were doing. We thought we might be executed afterwards. We didn't know if we were going to survive it in the Wuyan Gates or if the Plague of Eyes would finish us off in Dedran. Like, we haven't ever really known if we could do this, but every single time we've persevered so far, and we've done it as a team. So, listen, I can't say what that thing's going to be like, but I'll make you a deal. I'm willing to go as far as you all are. If you keep trying, so will I. If you don't give up, neither will I. We may not be able to win this time, but if that's the case, then we'll do that together too. I can live with the idea of trying my best and falling short, but I can't deal with the thought of having to wonder if we could have saved these people. My dad once told me that family are the people you choose to spend your life with. And I think maybe it's taken until now to realize just how right he was. So, I want to go do this thing. And whether we live or die, for me at least, it'll be with my family.
Thank you, Roz. And I do.
Hermia is going to be suddenly appear like right in front of Maeve's face, and is just kind of like squinting her eyes at her and like looking at her really closely.
Yes?
Is Maeve's illness something that is, for lack of a better term, biological in nature, or is it like some kind of like magic virus thing?
Make a Arcana check.
Okay.
Maeve's about to say something, and Hermie just goes right in her face. All right? I'll save it.
Just give me a minute.
Got it. She still says thank you, Roz.
That's 26.
With what you've seen so far, and noticing that Rayella, who is half sea elf, isn't affected by it, and none of you are affected by it, the fact that it seems to wear off of pallid elves who leave the grove or who return underground. Yes, Hermia. You come to the conclusion that the Pallid Grove has been cursed in some way, and those who remain become ill.
So, I have remove curse. Can I attempt to remove the curse on Maeve?
Remove curse would help Maeve. It would give her advantage on her next saving throw that she has to make against it, but the curse is on the land, and any of the people that remain in the land are affected by it.
Okay, so that it's not.
So you can't remove it from Maeve, but attempting to would at least strengthen her resolve against it progressing.
And I would not blame you if you don't want to use your limited spell slots for that. I appreciate it, but I wouldn't. I think we established that Roz's 5 points of lay on hands could do something similar. But it's up to you. I just understand, like, warlock.
Hold on. What does this do again? Could I bless her? Would that help her at all?
The spell bless?
Yes.
How long does it lasts for an hour, doesn't it?
It won't let me click on it, so I don't know.
I think it lasts for an hour. So if bless is up when she has to make a saving throw, which she makes at the end of a long rest, then she would get the 1d4 on it, yes. But currently, well, I mean, technically currently it would help her as well, because it'll give her checks and stuff, but it's not going to do anything to help remove the curse. At this point, Maeve, like the rest of the Pallid Elves, is on a timer until you figure out what has happened or leave the grove.
It actually only lasts for a minute, so I would.
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
finally was able to click on it.
Bless
I
is
would
only
save
a
it-
minute?
Yeah.
Why did I think it was longer
Yeah, it's
than
not.
that?
It's. Yeah.
I feel like
It's
that.
not
I
as
feel like
great
that
as
could be
it
an
sounds.
hour.
That's nice. That's very kind of you. But yeah, I mean, it's
Mhm.
when we get into a battle, right before a battle. Bless wouldn't be bad.
Hermia, that blessing, it is an action to use on someone. So if you plan on saving it, like for a moment where like someone goes down, you want to use it, just know that it will take an action to apply it to someone.
Did you say it would last 24 hours?
It lasts 24 hours. It's a
Okay.
one-time use. So this isn't something you get every day. You can put it on one person, and for 24 hours, they'll have advantage on
Wait,
dex saving
it's not
throws.
like a long rest to get it back?
No, it's not a new ability. You were given a blessing by the Raven Queen to give to someone for your
Great.
active service that you provided.
Well, now Hermia is just more upset.
My one elixir.
Can't
Say it's
use
an
it now. What
elixir.
if I need it later?
We're getting used.
Okay, Hermia's... I guess... I don't know, I'm curious...
You can also potentially use it on yourself if you wanted to.
No, Hermia wouldn't use it on herself, but she's torn between on who to use it on. For varying reasons. Okay. So, yeah.
Do you say anything to Maeve while you're looking at her face?
I'm just like kind of like muttering under my breath, like going through like the nature of curses and
Can I help you?
just curious about this. What did they call it? The Pallid Plague?
It's what they seem to be calling it right now.
It's on the land?
I guess so. I mean, people who leave seem to lose it, and I haven't gotten it till I got here.
Mm.
It's okay. Thing is, if Raz is willing to keep going till we give up, well, Raz, you're in for the long haul, because I'm doing this till my bones don't move anymore.
Roz just flashes a grin at you. Hell yeah.
Is this like... I don't even know how to like explain this in the correct way, but I'll
Sure.
just try it.
Mhm.
Is this curse? I'm using divine not as it to mean good, but to mean like
Sure.
like
Yeah.
beyond the is this divine natured, or is this like something that like some
Give me a religion check at advantage based on what you've been able to ascertain so far.
18 plus 7?
Gosh, why do you have such high... Did you train in religion? Who trains in religion?
I did, because no one had religion like as like a skill that they were
All right.
proficient in. And
Yeah. So, as everyone's getting prepared and you're going over everything in your head, you're like, this is so weird that this plague only affects Pallid Elves. And you've been seeing all of this crazy stuff happening. People are having waking visions or hallucinations.
What?
Sorry. Thank you, Burly Earl, for the 1,000 bits. That is 4 inspo. You can choose. Oh, Roslyn, you get 2 inspo.
Ooh.
You actually get 2 more. If you do bits, they're worth double compared to subs. So you have another 2 that you can hand out to people.
Oh, because you're healing.
Yeah, I still had OBS up, so the crab rave alert started and scared the shit out of me. Go ahead and do exclamation point D6 twice in the chat, Earl, and we will divvy them up based on that. So going over everything both from an arcane standpoint, you know that what's happening here isn't biological. This plague is magical in nature. There's a curse on this land. And when you start to connect the dots with the visions that some of you have been seeing while awake, and the dreams that Maeve and Corey are having, you arrive at one conclusion, Hermia. And that is that the Crawling King has somehow been able to exert a stronger pressure or presence on the Pallid Grove. And that's why it's only affecting the Pallid Elves. It's why they get better when they leave or when they go underground. You're not sure what connection the portal has to all of this.
It may not have anything to do with it.
It's possible,
right?
Yeah, it's possible.
Or the Crawling King caused the portal to open.
Alan, elves are just incredibly unlucky.
Yeah, great change my ass.
Or maybe someone like took advantage of somebody that wished harm on the Pallid Elves.
You do still know that you have that letter that suggested the lumberers seek out the Prism Sage to help with the problem.
Yeah, we saw what that is.
So the Crawling King, I know he's a betrayer god.
Yeah.
Roz, you get another inspo, and Zealous gets 1. I will remind him to mark it down.
So would it? I'm not sure how betrayer god.
So with your you roll, you said an 18 plus 7.
Yeah.
I will give you an additional 3 questions that you, Katie, can ask that Hermia knows the answer to.
So I guess in order to like become that bridge from like the other side of the veil to here, it would have to be it's not just something that like but then he wasn't a god yet, so it wouldn't be like some spell. Would it have to be like akin to like their kind of like champion?
You're wondering how a betrayer god would have this magnitude of an effect on the prime material plane?
Yeah, there's got to
Okay.
be a bridge, right?
So all of the gods are sealed behind the divine gate, so they cannot come into the prime material world. And gods have limited influence over what they can do, which normally comes in the form of being able to communicate in varying degrees with those who follow them. This level of intervention is unheard of, and it should not be possible. What it reminds
with divine
you of,
intervention, like I couldn't do it.
So what it reminds you of is, kind of a weakening border. if there was a god or if there was a deity or an archfey or something like that, there was something sufficiently powerful in the Feywild or in the Shadowfell. If they were in the right location at the right time when the veil between the worlds was weakest, could they do something like this? Yeah, they could. So I know that probably doesn't necessarily give you complete answers, but you are pretty sure that the Crawling King is somehow exerting his influence over the Pallid Grove, but you have no idea how that would be possible. If the Divine Gate was broken, he wouldn't be the only one. Like, there's nothing that you can think of that would tell you he's found a way through the Divine Gate, but nobody else has.
So, would a portal, like, open where the gods are? Would it be able to?
You can't open portals.
Like, I'm
to
not
those
saying
realms.
that I open it,
No,
but
right,
like
right,
a
right,
portal
right.
opens up. It can. Where is it? Could it be where the gods are?
Oh, I see what you're asking. Could a
Yes.
portal open up? I suppose theoretically it could, because you all opened a portal into the Shadowfell.
Robbie's like, not until
Sorry,
now.
did I give you? Yeah, because that's what I was thinking.
That's-
Maybe
Sure.
like a portal opened
So-
up like in that guy's realm.
So
wherever he is on the other
here's
side.
here's what I'll tell you that you know. All right. Every portal that's opened so far, minus the one that you all created, based on what you know from the Oracle, is that the architect is trying to join all of the different worlds, not realms, but worlds together. So it doesn't make sense that a portal here would open to some place here, even if it was another
But
realm.
what if it's like a different?
Could
here?
it be a different version of Exandria or a different world with the Crawling King? It's possible.
Okay.
Bizarro Exandria.
mm,
Hermia, you
Is-
get a inspo from Zod.
Is the prison whatever he is he a mortal being?
Gods are so. Gods can theoretically be killed, but there's no recorded history. Well, technically, sorry. To your knowledge, one god has been killed, and that was the god of death that preceded or came before the Raven Queen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that was my 3. So
Okay. So I assume you share this with the
yeah, as saying, it's kind of like maybe like you hear most of it. It's kind of like a string of consciousness, like about curses, about how it's the cursed land, how like this magic is divine in nature. It's not something that a mortal like just curse the land. It's from the Crawling King, but it shouldn't be possible because that is way more influence than he should be able to have with him behind the Divine Gate. So there's got to be like a bridge or like a proxy on the side that's like causing this. And now I'm thinking about, okay, like who would have beef with like the Pallid Elves?
Besides the lumbering company and the Crawling King himself, I'm not sure.
I feel like for Roz, this is like listening to your friends talk about theoretical physics. It's like,
I mean, that was Hermia's like thing, and when she was like in the academy, was
Yeah,
like
for
all
sure.
this theoretical stuff. So, okay. Also, uh, yeah. Okay, I'm good. I move away from Maeve. Sorry about that.
It's okay. I do appreciate everyone helping me with this. I would be doing this regardless, I think, even if you all weren't, but it's good to not be alone. So, I'm not stopping until either I stop or that portal is closed.
Well, I think of the two, we're going to go with the portal closing.
Would be ideal. Are we ready to go?
All right. So with that, you
Hermia just
call
shrugs.
Rayella, Norrison, and Sayria back out.
Yep.
Rayella lets each of you know that she's obviously handy with a bow, but Norrison and Rayella are not soldiers. They're not warriors.
We'll surround them.
And as you all take a look out, between, I think, Zealous, Maeve, Leo, and Rayella, there are creatures that are outside. And at this point as well now, someone would have noticed that during the night when Mr. Hazelbrush had passed, the ray of moonlight faded with him.
Oh, good.
And more creatures have moved in to the area and around. So you're not just walking out in, down the main path without a fight. So your choices are to go out to go out and start fighting so that you have sort of the drop, or you can attempt to try and sneak out of Ciri Lair. However, if that doesn't work, then combat may be starting not on your terms. Obviously, you could just keep going. If something does see you or tries to attack you, you don't have to go into combat. You can keep running, but know that there could be consequences based on what's happening. You could lose people.
Okay. Can I get an idea of how many enemies we're looking at? Like, what do I see out there? Or what do we see? More accurately, what does Zealous see? Because what I see is not particularly relevant to anything.
All right, tell you what. Maeve, I want you to make a perception check with advantage, and I will make a Zealous perception check with advantage as well. And we'll see what it is your elf and robot eyes see.
I guess technically -2, so that's 27.
Jesus. Yes, that's 27 for his first roll, and 28 for his second roll.
Wasn't for my -2, I'd better.
So looking out, with Rayella's help, if you were to fight your way out right now, you see 2 trees that weren't there last night.
Mm-hmm.
And you think back to what you had saw when you were up on your on your watch. And you also notice this specifically, Roz, as they're kind of pointing out what some of the creatures and the bodies in the ground were. You had stepped over like a corpse or a skeleton or something that had like mushrooms growing out of it. That's gone.
Uh-huh.
That's gone.
Oh, okay.
And Maeve,
Mhm.
you see it at first and you're not sure if it's like real at first or if like it's something playing tricks on you, especially because Rosalind, one of the things she had admitted to seeing was the ground moving or the ground breathing. So you spot something and you're like, Zealous, are you seeing that? And a little bit further off, you see the ground kind of like push up and move, like something's burrowing.
Great.
Oh.
Oh, by the way, Luster is acid now,
Okay.
and I will change that if I need to, but I'm just remembering the last fight, and I'm just like, okay.
Is it a short rest or a long rest that you changed that on?
I would have changed it over the long rest, I
Okay.
think.
Well, so yeah, if you want to change it to something, now's the time to do it.
Yeah. Well, this would have happened before we set off,
Yep.
like during our rest. So.
All right. Well, my thinking is we should probably clear the area out while we can still use the house as like keeping everyone else safe territory, and then we can leave.
Corey, you also get an inspo because that was a tier 2 sub from Zod.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Should we try and like get as much attention as we can now while we have the house?
That's what I mean. Like, should we, like, while they can stay inside, should we try and clear out the exit?
Rayala warns, we will be fighting probably through the forest as well. So remember, whatever we spend here, that's timber for the fire we don't have later.
Okay,
Fair
well,
enough.
she's positive.
Okay. Well, let's
Should we sneak?
does
Does
anyone
Leaf
have?
or
Yeah. Leaf has pass without trace, right?
Yeah, because I don't. He usually does.
Let me look. I was looking at Rayala first, see if she had that.
I don't think I
I
equipped it.
believe Zealous has it.
I never took it because Zealous always had it, but I don't know if Zealous is prepared.
That's the bigger question: is does Zealous have it prepared?
Yeah.
And it seems like the answer is no. I'll tell you what. I want one of you. Anybody can do it. Roll a d20 for me.
Why? What are we rolling for?
This is going to
I'll
be
just-
whether or not he prepared it.
Here, I'll just roll in the thing. There, 18.
15 or higher, and he prepared it. So yes, let me
All right.
manage spells really quick.
That's 2 18s in a row. Don't do this to me, Dice. We
Yeah,
gotta keep
'cause
these going.
He doesn't need scrying right now, so we'll take that off and put up pass without a trace.
I can't believe scrying's not a ritual spell.
It is. Wait,
oh,
is it
Oh,
not?
that's right. You have
Wait,
to
is
still
it?
prepare it. No, you still have to prepare. Sorry, I forgot. It's wizards. that don't have
No,
to
it's
prepare it.
not a ritual
Oh, it's
spell.
not?
It's concentration.
No, it isn't.
That's silly.
It's weird. I mean, it doesn't matter. You still have to prepare it. I forgot about that.
Sorry, what am I looking for? Pass without a trace.
Pass without trace.
Is in the P's. Is this not in alphabetical order? Oh my god, it's
Should be
not
by
within No,
level.
oh my god, okay. Yep, there we go. For some reason, I think I was looking at... All right, yeah, cool. Yeah, he's got it prepared. Great, cool. So yes, he can
We're good.
pass without a trace.
Cool.
All right, then we will take a pass without trace, and we'll try and sneak our way out of this
All
city.
right, so pass without a trace can affect how many creatures?
I think it's
There's
5
not a limit?
plus. Oh, there is no limit.
No.
Nope. All right. Yeah, sure enough. It affects everyone.
Betty.
So Zealous will cast Pass Without a Trace.
I'll use one of my prayer beads on Maeve to do bless.
Oh,
Is there any? Do you want to bless anyone else, like any of the NPCs who don't have
Yeah,
like,
I have
How
proficiency
many
in skills?
spells.
How
Okay.
many NPCs are there?
You have
There's three,
there's
but
three,
two
but-
of them are not.
yeah, 2 that you should be worried about.
Yeah. What? Don't worry about Rayella.
Okay.
She's fine.
Also, you don't have to worry about Norris if you really don't want to.
That's rude. Okay.
Maeve says under her breath.
I mean, if Norrison dies, like, we'll be sad, but like,
Like it
He really
sucks, right? But technically,
We're not gonna-
he's back with his
we're not gonna
wife.
stop.
He's back with his wife, right?
That's
Yeah,
true.
no, like, listen. What a shame.
Yeah, I'm sure you're not going to get some sort of reward based on how many NPCs you get to the end, right?
No, of course
my-
not.
Oh, I'm already thinking like that. I will. This might be like a waste, but we're doing it anyway. I will touch the 3 NPCs and cast invisibility.
Okay. So you're gonna put invisibility. You don't have to put it on Rayella. She's
Yeah, I was gonna say, don't waste it on
yeah,
Rayella.
she can fight if
Well, I
need
mean, like,
be.
I automatically cast it at that high of a level to where it will, like,
gotcha.
affect 3
Okay.
people, so I might as well just give it
Yeah,
to
fair enough
her
then.
if
Okay, cool.
if I'm casting it.
All right, so that gives them advantage
Advantage.
as well. All right, so everyone go ahead and roll your stealth checks and put them in the
So you gave
Roll20
me
chat for me.
bless, or did
Yeah,
you?
I don't.
Okay, I
Uh,
just want to make.
did you want to cast bless on anybody else? Because it hits a certain number of targets, doesn't it?
Well, it's from the prayer bead, so like I don't think it like can upcast it.
You can't upcast it, no, but it should at bare minimum, I think, affect like
3?
3 targets, right?
Hold on. Where did I put it?
It's plus 10 for pass without trace, right?
Correct.
Yes.
Oh yeah, it's up to 3 creatures.
So it's up to you, because if you get into a fight and you want it like on people who would, benefit from it that way as well, you can. So it's up to you who you want to cast it on, but you put it on Maeve.
I'll put it on a Maeve. I'll put it on Roz, and I'll put it on the little girl.
Okay, cool. All right, I will
It's a
do.
D4?
It's a D4. Yep,
Yes.
I will do Sayria's.
All right, 27 for us.
Stealth check.
The sneakiest she's ever been.
Gonna also
Now I forgot what I
here, 'cause
rolled.
have
Wait,
2.
can people all channel me to get the plus 13?
No, one person can
No,
be channeled
only one
at
person
a
at a
time.
time. So that'll be plus 7, but plus 17.
No.
What?
Sayria rolled a 3 and a 1.
Jesus.
All right, so duly noted. Going forward, we just carry her.
Did I not do it right? Oh, I didn't.
Even with invisibility.
Yep. I mean, she's still at a 16 with thanks to pass without a trace.
So 33 total for me.
I
Alright.
got 20.
We'll do Norrison next. That
Don't
one's-
fuck this up, Norrison.
I was about to say the same thing. Norris, don't you dare fuck this up.
He rolled a 19 minus 2 is
41.
17, 27 with pass without a trace.
Here we go.
Let's see. Rayella has a plus 9 to stealth.
Yes, she should. Because I think it's the same as me.
Oh,
Rayla's
Jesus.
stats, I think, are very similar to mine. Because I didn't want to think too hard if I had to switch. I just changed her class. Well, not her class. I changed her subclass.
So, nobody sees Rayella. She's in a completely different timeline.
Not even Zana?
Rayella has a 38.
Zana
I
can
have a
see everything.
42.
All right, you two. Well, also,
Sana
Rayla
still
has
sees you.
invisibility.
Oh yeah,
Oh, wait,
that's
crap.
true.
Yep. So hold on. Zana just gets the 1 roll.
Also,
God,
as
I
a
didn't even
reminder.
think about you and rolling
Oh, no,
bad
she
for
doesn't.
Zana when I bells.
So Zana's
Also, as
at-
a reminder, Robbie, that was very kind of you to give them invisibility. They also, every Pallid Elf has 1 use of invisibility per day.
interesting.
So,
Well, now they
important. No,
can
no, no,
have
this-
it.
No, this
they
is
can
important.
use
'cause
it later.
They can use it
Exactly,
again
they can use
later
it
if
Yeah.
again.
need be. Yep.
Exactly. That's why I'm gonna wait to use mine till later. But yeah, just
Alright.
figured I should mention that because now, thanks to Hermione, they have 2 uses of invisibility.
Ooh.
Actually, Rael will have more in combat because she's a ranger, but that's different.
Zealous has 24. Those are all some very, very good rolls, everyone.
Yeah, Saria's average of 16 is going to bring it down just a little, but the average should still be pretty good.
All right, let's see. What kind? Oh,
No.
okay.
It's a natural 20, wasn't it?
Haven't rolled for it yet.
Ah.
Oh, that thing doesn't have tremor sense? That's stupid. All right, so you don't have to worry about that thing seeing you because it's under the ground. Let's go for the 2 trees. That is a 5 plus 8 and a 6 plus 8, so the trees don't notice you.
Good. Damn, +8.
But something that is out and about in Siri Lair has 120 feet of true sight.
All right.
So
my
I am
God.
going to roll a perception check at advantage for him.
It's a guy?
It's a thing. And it has plus 11 to its perception check. As you're all running, keeping low to the ground, staying quiet, Maeve,
Yeah.
I want you and Leo to make perception checks for me.
Okay. That is 24.
Leo?
19 for him.
Yep.
As you're running, when you first leave, you tell Sayria and Norison.
Sorry, that was a dirty 20.
Okay. You tell Sayria and Norison to stay close to you.
Mm-hmm.
Being invisible is obviously great for sneaking, but you can't keep an eye on them
Right.
while they're invisible. But instinctually, you still kind of look back over your shoulder. And you see the footfalls in the grass, spreading it, trampling them down. You notice the two of them, okay? And then as you look back over your shoulder at one point, you see the bigger footfalls of Norison. And then you see Sayria, who is no longer invisible.
What?
Sirius not with us.
Sayria's with you. She's
Oh.
there, but she's no longer invisible and doesn't seem to have noticed herself.
Oh, her invisibility was gone?
Her invisibility is gone. I will let you make an action before what comes next. What would you like to
Gonna grab her and I don't know if something's coming up behind her, but I'm gonna, I guess, tackle her. Go ahead.
Oh, that means somebody
I
attacked
have
her.
dimension doors, so I
Yep,
could
so hold on.
grab her and just
Hold on.
fuck off 500 feet.
do? So Maeve gets an action before something happens, and then everyone else can begin to act. This doesn't necessarily mean combat. So Maeve, seeing that Sayria is no longer invisible, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna grab her, duck, and roll, I think.
So you're just gonna try to grab her to, like, in case anything's coming in. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I
I don't know what else would cause an invisibility to fall.
Yep. Make a dexterity saving throw for me.
Okay.
Don't forget blast. Your
Do
blast.
I still have it? I think I already used it.
It lasts
Let's
for
blast.
it lasts for a minute, and this is all happening within that first
Oh,
minute of
okay.
leaving where you are.
It's guidance. You only get once.
Thank you. Sorry, got confused. All right, well, I'm definitely spending inspo. Sorry, give me 1 second. Sorry, I have to, like, redo all my rolls in my head, so. Dex is normally +10, so now it's +8. So 1d20. No, I'll just roll with advantage at -2. Okay. I spent inspo, that's why it's advantage.
Got 20.
Nat 20.
Okay,
I don't need
so based on if you made this or not, I was going to give her advantage on the save she's about to make. Because you got a natural 20, if you like, you can make this roll with advantage instead.
Yeah.
Make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Gonna spend another inspo. I need to burn them now. I have like half as many as Callie does, but we're gonna make this work. All right, so advantage -2. So 16, but I'm rolling bless. Wrong one. D4. Damn it. Okay, 17.
Maeve, you take 17 points of necrotic damage as life is sapped from you.
Ooh. All right.
At this point, everyone definitely would have heard Maeve kind of tackle Sayria to the ground. Turning and looking, you see now 30 feet away from you that skeletal sort of figure thing with lichen and moss growing off of it. As this necrotic energy comes from Maeve and back into its hand, you see the moss and the lichen and the fungus begin to grow more and glow. What would you all like to do? If you fight this, you're probably going to have to fight more stuff that comes. So if there's something you would like to try and do in order to keep running, you still have that chance before we call combat. But it has taken its action now. So what would everyone like to do? And keep in mind that based on what you want to do, like if someone throws a fireball, which is a massive explosion, more things are definitely coming. Which will probably end up...
Blight, we keep running.
Which... Shit. Let's see. Zealous.
If he took Blight off, I'm going to have a word with him. Because he had to do that between last session and today.
He does have Blight. He does have Blight up still.
Would that attract attention? I don't know how it works.
It wouldn't.
Okay. That's just an idea.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really good idea.
Do you want to call out to Zealous to blight it?
Blight it! I don't know. What do you think, leader?
Yeah. I think blight is the proper way to handle this.
Yeah.
All right. Why do you have a 4th level spell gone already, Zealous?
Oh, he probably just didn't rest from last session.
Oh, yeah, I should probably do that for him then before I start taking more spells. All right, so he used a 2nd level Pass Without a Trace, and he's now using a Blight, so that is a Constitution saving throw.
It's special with plants. I don't know what the special is, though. I think it's just like max damage or something.
That is a 3 plus 9 con, but it is going to use a legendary a legendary resistance to pass that.
Rude.
So it will take 8d8, which is 36. It is resistant to necrotic, so that is halved to 18. And despite having lichen and fungus all over it, it is an undead. So it does not seem to have the same effect as before. And Zealous lets you know, as you hear him just say, disappointing.
Agreed. Sorry.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. So either we stay and fight and potentially attract more things, or we try to book it.
Mm-hmm.
What do we
Me
know
and
what
Zana
this
can
thing
take the
is?
NPCs away if you guys can run it out.
Zana says, Leo and I can hold it off and escape. The rest of you keep going.
That works too.
Yeah, all right. And Roz is gonna grab the girl and take her and run.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so everyone's
We'll run
going.
too as
All
you
right.
grab the girl from me.
Yep, and as you pick her back up, she also recasts invisibility on herself. She'd rather not be seen.
That's fair.
All right, so the rest of you are able to make it away. Leo, how many turns would you like to try and keep this distracted with Zana?
Can I discuss a plan with Zana real quick?
If you can do it in like 6 seconds.
I've got a keg of blasting powder. We give them a couple seconds. We light it off and kick it towards them and run.
Run that way. She kind of points, not back where you were, but just in an away direction. All right? Take it that way. Set it off to draw attention. I'll deal with this one.
Sounds like a plan. Keep me
Alright.
posted in the head. And
Okay.
I start running off to where I'm going to go set this off.
Okay. Make an athletics check for me. See how far and how fast you can get. This will increase the chances of everyone else getting away.
Said athletics.
Yep.
It's a +0, so I rolled a 19 on the die.
Oh, yeah, that's still pretty good. So you just start hoofing it as fast as you can. Action dash, movement, bonus action dash for 3 rounds. That's plenty with your speed away. You set the keg down, you light it, and then you take off again. Do you want to use anything to try and catch up? You do have your Dimension Door cloak if you wanted to cover a long distance very quickly.
I would want to keep pace with Zana, so if she dashes out with Dimension Door, I'm going to try to follow her that way.
So are you going to go back to check to see if she's okay?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, not like running back towards the group, kind of trying to triangulate with her, like she should be at this point.
I see. Okay, so you're not necessarily
yeah.
going to her, but based on what you know and her trying to get away as well, you're going in sort of a way that you think, like, if she got away, I'll catch up to her, right? If she didn't
Yes.
Dimension Door away herself. Okay, cool. Gotcha. All right, I'm going to have to make a few rolls here as Zana tries to survive against this thing solo. So the rest of you are running, and it isn't long, Maeve, as you kind of take everyone, leading them as quickly as you can out of town. If you want to do any quick chatting while I do a little bit of math, go for it.
Okay.
Boy.
We're gonna keep moving forward.
What was that thing? Does it live here, or is that just a new guy that showed up?
That is not normal. We have beasts, but nothing like that.
Oh, okay, I didn't think so.
I don't know what that was.
Great.
It,
Okay, well, it's good against necrotic. I'll bet you, though, my smites will be very good against it.
It took my life essence, that's for sure.
If we run into any more things that are undead, Maeve, get behind me. I will be your shield. I am resistant to necrotic.
Okay. Well, I'm still just gonna shoot at it, I think. But that's fair.
Hey, do you want pass Maeve a potion of healing?
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. What's healing potions? 2d4 plus 4.
Yeah.
Well, she can't be picky right now. For the love of God. What is with my d4 rolls today? I don't like that
Oh, no.
20d6. What the fuck?
He crit on her.
Oh, God damn it.
What?
But, hold on. Uncanny dodge. She'd be able to half one, so we're definitely going to use that on the crit. So we're going to say that's only 50 damage. Oops. She really wants to give you your three rounds, but on her,
If she can't, she needs to get the fuck out.
yeah, after that big hit, she Dimension Doors. So as you're running, Leo, give me a perception check.
No.
another 10 plus 10.
20. Okay. Oh, I should have maybe been doing a little bit less, but okay. With a 20, you're running through Ciri Lair. You're watching to your left, looking for any sign of Zana. With a 20, you catch off in the distance, far enough away that it doesn't seem to see you. I don't think it would be close enough to do anything to you anyway. It doesn't have the range for it. You see this weird lichen undead thing, and it seems to be looking around as though it's trying to track something or it's trying to find something that it can't. You don't see any sign of Zana, though.
Going to assume she got away, so I'm going to start running back towards the group.
Group, are you waiting on the outskirts when you think that you're safe, or are you going to keep on moving?
I think I'd keep
Probably
moving,
would
right?
Oh.
You would keep
Yeah,
moving?
no, they're going to catch up with us, so I assume we're going to keep going.
Leo, I want you to make we'll call it a survival check or investigation, your choice.
I'll do investigation. It's a 12 plus 8, so another dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay. And that was with investigation, you said?
Yes.
All right. 10 minutes pass. You are far enough away from the village that both Rayella and Maeve say that we can slow a bit, give them time to catch up.
Okay.
But definitely to keep moving, to stay quiet, stay low, keep your eyes open. 20 minutes. Nope, go ahead, Hermia.
Would I know, how the invisibility spell was like? Is it dispelled?
I mean, you didn't see it happen, so your guess is really as good as anyone's. Talking to, say, Rhea, you know what? Actually, make an Arcana check because it was your invisibility, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, make an Arcana
Sure.
check. Make an Arcana check.
That is a 26.
Yeah, I would say that now that you're like out of it and you have a second to kind of like take a moment to think about it and like what you would have felt in the moment. Yes, you're pretty sure that it was dispelled.
So. Okay.
So 15 minutes out the other side of the village. You begin to move a little bit slower. 20 minutes. You hear ruffling in the leaves in the trees behind you. Waiting with bated breath, hands on your weapons. Leo stumbles through the foliage.
All
Zana
right,
make it back?
Not yet.
Not yet. Did you two separate?
By the way, when did the explosion go off?
Oh, right.
Robbie.
That's a good point. As you were running, I'd say probably right around the time that you had noticed the undead thing, the explosion goes off, which turns his focus, and he begins heading in that direction. All of you would have heard a massive blast go off as well.
Were you responsible for that explosion, or Zana?
Yeah, it was my idea to kind of set off an explosion to try to distract them a little bit, but we split up to do that. She was supposed to get out and meet me back on the run back, but I didn't see her. But I know she got out because the thing was looking for her.
Send her a message.
Yeah, I used the sending stone.
Okay, what do you say?
Sana, are you there? We've met up with Leo.
You hear a very sort of gritted and belabored response. You can tell she's in pain. I'm fine. I'll find you. Keep going.
Where are you?
I'm in the forest. I'm heading in your direction.
You got hit
Leo
bad.
left a trail. I'll find you. He's smashing through everything.
She's hurt. She said she has a way to trace us.
Well, we'll stay slow until she catches up.
Another 10.
I can hold back and...
No, I think we've
Try to-
split up enough for now.
Another 10 minutes or so pass. Maeve, you keeping an eye behind you, and eventually you start to hear the snapping of some twigs, the moving of some leaves, and eventually stumbling up behind all of you is Zana, who... I think that you're probably immediately reminded of the feeling you felt when you had come in to find her after getting back from being out on sea when she had that poison. You see there is green hue to her skin. Some of her veins are kind of green and like darkened. She has been badly poisoned. There's what looks like multiple marks on like her arms and her neck where it looked like something had touched or stung her and that the poison was spreading from there.
That's what happened to you. What did he do to you?
Hit me. Some sort of poisonous touch. I'm fine. Leo had enough time to do what he needed to do, and then I dimension doored out.
Zealous, please.
Yes, Zealous will use a level 1 cure wound. Well, wait, because he's not in starry form. Ooh.
He can be in starry form,
He
though.
could. Let me check how long it lasts for.
Can I? Is
You
she
could do it
still
before it
It's just
actively?
an hour.
He could do it before he
she-
casts the spell. Like,
Is she still actively poisoned?
No, she would have saved on it by the time she got here. She has a pretty good con,
Okay.
but it was still poison damage. So,
yeah.
Okay.
starry form. You can expend use of your relative shape to take on a starry form. Does it have a set amount of? The form lasts for 10 minutes. Okay.
Yeah, but it's a bonus action to cast. Like,
Yeah, but if he uses it now, that's one less that he has.
oh,
later.
I see what you mean.
Right. Okay, so he will
don't know what he'll do.
drop. Well, here first, let me use a second wind on her, which is 11 plus 3 for 14. Cool.
While we're doing this, I'm going to use an action to give myself to use Tireless, which gives me some temporary hit points.
Oh, you know what he can use? He can use his staff of healing.
What is wrong with these rolls that are not D20s today? So mad. Okay.
How can I not uncheck his charges on the staff of healing? I am the DM. All right. Anyway, he'll use.
Your music's fucking up, by the way.
Okay.
Does anybody have a greater healing potion? We do have a greater healing potion.
We do. Yeah, we do. We have one.
If you'd like her to drink that using an action, she'll get the full heal out of it.
Wait, can I put a drop of it in my
No.
magic
Flask of replication does not replicate magic items.
Yeah, it's only normal. I know. I
shit.
wish. That'd be so
You
good.
think I was gonna give you a flask that'll let you infinitely replicate magical potions? Get out of here!
I
mean, why
mean,
not?
once a
You've
day
been-
would be kind of cool.
You've been more mad at things you have given us.
Well, anyway. So yeah. What is cure wounds?
True Winds, I think, is 1d8 plus caster. Or is it 2d8? I never remember.
1d8. So here, I'll just cast it 3 times here. So 12, 8, so 20, 27. She thanks Zealous and says that will be fine. I'll be good. She's at 68 out of 96 for now. With that, you leave Ciri Lair behind you and begin your trek into the Pallid Grove. The forest, even now that it is earlier morning, is still fraught with danger. As you leave your home, Maeve, and I think you can sense that the other Pallid elves feel it as well, but it feels like there are eyes upon you, like something isn't literally tracking you, because Zealous would see it, but you just feel like there is a presence, an all-pervading presence here in the forest. But as you walk, you have moments of respite where you know the dangers have sort of passed. Wider open areas where you can see all around you. Go ahead, and we're going to go around the table for this like we have in the past, where you choose a skill that you would like to use to help navigate the party. While Maeve and Rayella is leading, everyone's kind of keeping their eye out and helping in some way. So I'd like to start with you, Maeve.
Okay.
Obviously, normal things like perception or survival will be easiest. Those have very low DCs.
I won't take perception because we got other people that could do that.
Sure.
But is anybody else trained in survival?
No, not me.
Are you trained survival, Leo?
Nope.
Okay, then I will do survival. Anything?
Natural 20.
My 20s are great. My D20 rolls have actually been great. It's been all the other rolls. Weird.
So it's going to take you, especially moving slower and trying to stay quiet and avoid the dangers that now lurk in the Pallid Grove.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to take you probably 6 to 7 hours to get to where the portal is.
Okay.
There will be moments of respite in between there, so you aren't necessarily on the move all the time. So if at any point you would like to stop for either a short rest or to do something, use abilities, strategize, talk things over, you can. With your natural 20, though, you come to an area, and you notice it very, very early on, Maeve, as the ground begins to get softer, and it starts to sink more than what it should.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing what you know of the layout of the forest and consulting with Rayella, you decide to alter your course and travel a bit more north. And as you do, you notice now off into the distance, as you begin to skirt around this landmark, that trees are beginning to sink into the ground in this sort of bog-like area that the Pallid Grove never had before. Thanks to your natural 20, you are able to completely circumvent the quicksand bog, and no one will have to try and roll to get through it.
Yay! I helped.
All Pallid Elf invisibility by this point would have worn off as well.
Yeah.
Bless is obviously gone. How long does Pass Without a Trace last?
Is it 8 hours?
It better not be.
It might just be
It
an hour.
is.
It is 8
No,
hours?
it lasts longer. Yeah,
No,
it longs. I know.
Concentration up to 1 hour. So pass
Oh,
so,
for some reason
so
I
pass
thought it
without
was
a
longer
trace
than that.
is gone as well. I was gonna say,
I
if
was
pass
too.
without a trace lasts for 8 hours, Zealous died in that quicksand bog. Y'all got him back up, but he lost the spell.
He had to die for.
Mhm.
He had to lose that at some point.
As you're walking, Corey, Sayria falls into step with you. Kind of probably around like the middle-ish area of the group, I would think. Doesn't say anything at first, but you can kind of you can feel that, you know, that feeling when you can tell somebody wants to say something to you, but like they're either waiting for a moment or they don't know how to like speak up or say it. You get that feeling coming from her.
I think this whole time Corey's been scared shitless and just quiet, but because Corey only knows how to survive stressful situations with humor, Corey's just like, I'm taken. How are you?
She kind of looks at you confused. What? Huh? So,
How are you?
oh, I'm okay.
1, they weren't asking if you were taken. 2, they're a polygamous people, even if they were.
Is this Roz saying this,
Polygamists
or,
are down to fuck.
or just
Polygamists is about me.
No, Roz is just she's facing forward so no one sees and she just rolls her eyes so hard.
okay.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Sorry, I how old are you?
It's a good question. I guess I used to be 22, but I think I'm 17. Let's say 17. Sounds good.
That was creepy.
The rest of your group, they're a lot older, aren't they?
Yep. Yeah. Well, not a lot older, just that one, but I guess he does kind of make up for like being a lot older.
Yeah, Leo brings the average up a lot.
Yeah, so like if we were to average everything out, we'd probably be like, I don't know, hundreds, somewhere there.
Maybe mid-50s. You're still pretty young.
She kind of
Okay, whatever.
she kind of smiles a bit at everyone kind of joking around. And I don't know, I guess I was just wondering if you had any advice then on how to. She seems kind of struggle for the words and kind of like, you know, is fidgeting with her hands a little bit. How can I be braver like you are?
Sorry, braver? Sorry, I didn't mean to laugh. I mean, I don't really know how to answer that because I'm scared now,
You are?
and I kind of, yeah. Are you kidding? And I just like point at my arm. I'm like sweating oceans right now.
You know like magic and stuff though, right?
Yeah. Yeah. But if you couldn't really tell, I kind of point at my extravagant outfit that is now tattered and twigs and leaves and shit everywhere. Kind of mainly like a performer.
So just pretend basically.
No. I can still do some cool things, but sorry, I'm not really good at this. But look, we're here. and it's okay to be scared. Honestly, I've been scared a lot, my whole life, and I don't think the answer is just not being scared. I think it's learning how to be scared and still moving forward.
Roz looks so proud, even though you can't see her face.
Make a persuasion check for me, Corey.
Okay. Uh, 27.
She kind of considers your words and she kind of nods a little bit. Okay. Because I'm definitely scared. And she looks over at Zana, who, you know, over time looks better than when she first stumbled through the brush, but, you know, still has like those sort of sting marks and like the poison spreading through the veins. That should have been me. That thing was gonna do that to me. So I'm really scared, but I'll follow your lead and just keep going.
My name's Corey. I know that we kind of like just walked up and it was a big reunion thing for Maeve and everything, but yeah, it's easier to do these things with a friend, and I guess you should have my name first.
I'm Sayria. She kind of holds out her hand to shake your hand, and then goes in for a hug as you shake her hand.
I'm taken.
I don't know
sure,
why you keep
yes.
saying that.
Sorry, I'm still navigating young love, so, and I'm also kind of freaking out, but yeah.
All right, well.
There's not even age of majority for
Are
my
you
people.
600? What was that, Corey?
I'm still navigating young love. I can't wait till we see Faye again because that's what I'm telling her.
Yeah.
That's going on your gravestone.
Correct.
No.
So
You are lucky you are going to outlive me by many lifetimes because you do not want to know what I would say at your funeral.
I imagine that as a Kalishtar, Rosalind is going to keep a diary, give to Hermia, and be like, when you find Saris, make sure she gets this so that she has this info to eventually pass back on to me.
Whenever you find my next me, I need you to make sure they get this. This is like Radiant Sister's great, but this is the legacy that I leave.
God.
5th generation Rosalind at 15 years old showing up to the summer court like, where's she at?
Young love
Roz
is
just
back.
has like a.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god.
So over the next like kind of 5 to 10 minutes, you and Sayria kind of it's really small talk back and forth because you're still trying to be quiet and careful. But you know, you tell her.
I think Corey would just take the time to like ask about like what's it like living at the Grove and that sort of thing, and like not overshare, but just be like, yeah, like I didn't really know my parents, so like what's it like?
Yeah, and she would.
Is it like having parents?
She would also, you know, knowing you're a performer, would ask you questions as well. And so there's just like a nice like 5-10 minute period where you're able to kind of push aside the situation you're in for like just a second, you know, to make a new friend here and have this little connection. Who would like to go next?
I went first, so y'all gotta go now.
Yep.
I don't know what to do.
What are some of the skills that you have proficiency in?
that I have proficiency in. Probably nothing that's gonna help us. Arcana, deception, history, insight, investigation, perception, persuasion, religion.
Investigation would work. Perception would work. If there is a ability or a spell that you would like to use in a sort of creative, original way that it's maybe not intended for, we could try something with that as well. This goes for everyone.
Don't really have any spells that
Okay.
would do anything.
Yeah, go ahead then. If you want to make investigation or perception, those two would be plenty applicable.
Okay. Can I like deceive whatever is following us?
I will look. I will let you use any skill that you want to use. All right. Remember, Prami once deceived his way out of a magical forest. But depending on what the skill is, if it's a hard sell, it's going to be a high DC.
Yeah.
And even a natural 20 might not get you there. So just keep that in mind.
Okay. I got a 14 plus 7.
On
Doesn't matter because they're all the same. Plus 7. So.
All right. We'll say you
Doesn't
do
matter.
perception or investigation. If somebody wants to use one of those, we'll say yours was the other one. Okay. So above a 20. As a silence kind of falls over the group, you find yourself moving through an area of the grove where the trees aren't... They're not the normal pallid trees. They're not the petrified ones. These seem to be not new as in like they popped up overnight, but within the last few decades. They're thinner. Vines are kind of connecting them from here to there, so you have to like move some out of the way every once in a while. And Hermia is the one who notices and points out as Roslyn reaches up to move one. That's not a vine. And Roslyn, you stop short and realize that the vine is moving, and a snake just goes further up into the tree.
Nope.
Everyone kind of
The nope rope?
clocks it.
Nope rope.
It's a nope rope.
Everyone kind of clocks it and begins to move gingerly through this area as the flora and the foliage start to crop up a little bit higher to where you're walking like shin to knee deep. You can't see the ground beneath you in most places. And then, Hermia, you start to hear the hissing. And you call for everyone to stop for a moment. And using Foamir, you push away some of the foliage on the ground and realize there is a deeper recess into the ground that is being covered up here. And you see a nest, a pit of snakes. And realize that the area you're moving through now, though you cannot see them all, there are hidden piles and holes and pits of snakes that you are now moving through.
Snakes are normal in the Pallid Grove.
Snakes are normal. They exist here. And depending on the season, if they're nesting, like there can be quite a few of them, but this does seem to be a bit excessive.
This is what we would call a unusual number of snakes.
So I would like everyone to make either a dexterity or wisdom saving throw as you are moving through here to either avoid the pits or to kind of keep an eye out to not step within them.
Wisdom or Dex save, huh?
Roslyn, you can choose 2 people to give your aura to.
I
Let's
have a
see.
+8. That's including my deduction. But otherwise I'm okay.
I'm
I have
gonna
a
give.
+7.
I'm gonna give my bonus to the younger girl in Norrison.
Right, cool.
All right, so you call the 2 of them over close to you, and you're like, just
Uh,
follow
Let's
me.
go. Just yeah. Wisdom save, you said?
Yep, and then go ahead and put it in the chat. Wisdom or
These
dexterity.
aren't magically created plants, are they?
They are not.
Damn it. I'm good with those.
Your bonus is
Oop,
5.
+5, yeah.
I'm gonna re-roll that one. Okay, I have a 10. Cool.
I want you to know that Sayria just made it.
Why? That's why we do it.
And
Well, I did not.
Norrison is good as well. All right, so Maeve got a 12.
10.
Oh, a 10?
No, it's 10.
Oh, right,
It's my
because of the
two.
-2. Yep, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, right, Norrison has -2 as well. He still makes it. Just barely, though. It was only because of your thing. All right, Hermia is good. Makes it through. Leo makes it through. Oh, I gotta do Leaf.
He probably is a wisdom roll.
I would think so.
Yes. +9, so Leaf makes it as well. Maeve and Corey, however,
Yeah.
stumble. They step to where they think there will be solid ground, or maybe hit the root of one of the trees and fall forward into the pit. Both of you become poisoned as several of the snakes bite and chomp at you.
Okay.
You hear, I assume you scream falling into a pit of snakes,
Yeah, I mean.
or let out a yelp of some sort.
Shit!
You also both take 9 piercing damage,
Okay.
and I need a Constitution saving throw from both of you. Sana makes it as well.
Fucking A. Okay, I'll spend another inspo.
There you go.
Okay, that's a little better. But in these like candy.
All right. Corey, you take 11 poison damage. Maeve, you take 5 poison damage. What are
Oh,
you doing?
God.
How are you getting out of these pits?
Probably having Luster help me.
Okay. So because of the poison, it would be a disadvantage. With Luster helping you, it is a straight roll. So go ahead and make a athletics. Rolled a 5 twice.
18.
Okay, yes, with an 18 and Luster pulling you up, you're able to pull him out, kicking some of the snakes off you as they had begun to coil around your limbs. Corey, what are you doing?
Why did it have to be snakes?
I thought about that when I put this challenge in here, and I'm like, oh, snake pit.
Yeah.
I mean, is it cheap if I'm just like, can I fly out of it?
No, if
That's
you want,
what I thought you were gonna do.
if you want to
Or,
burn
like-
one of your uses of fly, because you can only use it like proficiency or modifier a number of times a day, right?
Can use it 4 times a day.
Yeah. So yeah, if you want to burn one of those uses, yeah, you can fly. You see Corey fly up and like is pulling and throwing snakes off of her body and back down into the foliage.
Trying to quietly scream.
just has that
Try to
look in
scream as
the eyes of like
possible.
the eyes are screaming. Yeah. Yeah, you're able to hold the scream in. As you come up and the snakes are falling off of you. Sayria screams for you. She lets out like a shrill cry as Rosalind like puts a hand over her mouth or something. And she flies. You fly back over and
I
kind of
just,
plop down next to
yeah,
them.
I just give her a thumbs up. See,
Yep.
Fine. Bleeding, poisoned, everything.
Not bleeding too bad, but yes, you both are poisoned for 1 hour.
For Corey, yeah, that was 20 points of damage.
Ouch. Okay, yeah, maybe you're
Um,
bleeding a little bit.
Yeah, I'm at minus 20 hit points. I mean, I didn't have good hit points before, but on a scale of 1 to 92, I'm about a 72. But you got worse because you got fewer hit points than me.
can I cast Lesser Restoration on both Corey and Maeve to get rid of their poison so they don't
I
keep
think the
getting...
poison I don't have, I don't think, because I made the con roll.
Okay, so
No,
Maeve isn't poisoned?
Nope. So just
No,
falling
we
in and
both
getting
took
bitten,
it.
you get the poison status.
Oh, never
Yeah,
mind.
so
I got some poison.
you took half damage from
Okay.
making your con save. So I
Really?
will let you know. Are you using a spell slot or using your prayer beads to cast it?
Prayer beads.
Yeah, that's fine. If you wanted to do that, you can do that to get rid of their poison.
Yep.
Thanks.
Thanks,
You're
Herbie.
welcome.
Preesh. Big preesh.
Big preesh.
As we're kind of like clambering out of this situation, I'll just like make it known to the group, like, okay, this has sucked so far, so I can take 5 people into the box with me, maybe, and we can rest for 10 minutes for a short rest.
Are we resting or crying in the box today?
I get the box.
Me-
We're resting, but if not everyone needs to go, we could still keep moving while me and whoever else needs to rest can rest.
All right, I can carry the box for you.
I'll stay out.
Zana says I will stay out as well.
What?
I
where
look
are
at
you
Zana.
feeling on a scale of 1 to whatever?
Oh, how's she looking?
Yeah.
Let's see. She is.
Oh yeah, Zana needs to come in here.
If I would,
Yeah.
I'd say like on a scale of like 1 to 96, she's like a 68.
She's go in the box.
Yeah.
That's not great. Not great.
Make a persuasion check, Maeve.
Do I have
Channel
minus 2 to
me.
dig?
You do have -2, but because
No,
because other people are
channel me.
peer pressuring, I'll give you advantage on the roll.
I think
I already
she
have
get
advantage on the-
+2 because Zana's not
Oh
going to
my
say no to her
Zana,
sick
don't be a
girlfriend.
loser.
Well, I already get advantage, unless I'm not sure if it's gonna roll properly. Okay, well.
I thought you
whatever.
were gonna say because it's Zana.
No, Zana doesn't want to go in because if she's inside, she has no control over what's happening outside.
Uh-huh.
Well, then I'm not going in either.
Zana says, I promise I'm fine, all right? If we need it, Zealous can go starry form to heal us, right, Zealous? He goes, indubitably. I don't know if Zealous has
Zealous,
ever
you don't
used
sound right
indubitably before or not, but...
We all just kind of stop and like look
so
at each other
that's-
like,
So Maeve, you're not going in?
No, I'll go in, just because I can't afford to
Okay.
lose too much here.
And then I'm assuming, I mean, I would, if no one else really wants to, I would offer it to, like, say Rhea, who might need, like, a little break.
Yeah, she's
From
like,
walking.
so you're all like, yeah, who wants to go in the box? And you like hold up your card box, and like the elves are like,
what? You'll see.
It's
Why
like,
didn't we
this
do
is-
that to escape? That would have been easier.
True.
Because we're dumb.
you
No,
know,
it's fine.
throw
we are
5 people
bad
in.
heroes.
Yep.
It's okay.
We're dumb. Why didn't we think of that? God damn it.
Now I feel bad.
Could have saved one of my spell slots.
All right, so after
the good news
Well,
is
you're
you're
gonna get
resting,
it back
get
because you're
back,
gonna
so-
short rest.
after
in 10
Maeve
minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
after Maeve
Okay,
mentions,
I'll go in and short rest too.
yeah, as Maeve mentions, she will go in,
Yeah.
and like you're offering it to like the other Pallid elves. So it's gonna be Corey. Is it you and 5 others or 5 total?
No, me and 5 others.
Okay, so it's you,
6
Hermia, Maeve. You offer it to say Rhea, who's now just curious more than anything else. And Zana's like, fine, I will go into the box.
I hope Gil says something mean to me again. That really made my day. Kind of
Ross
struggling
just
today.
looks at you,
Hermia,
Hermia, like, what?
Don't worry
You
about
may,
it.
you may
No,
need to talk
no.
about the expectations of this relationship, because if you're gonna have to be mean to her, this might not end well.
Yeah, I'm not good at being mean
No,
to people.
I don't need you to be mean to me. I need someone else to.
Oh. Okay.
Yes, like oh wait, did you have a sibling,
I have
or at least
I have 3 siblings, yeah.
you never made fun of each other and called each other like losers and dumb fucks and all that other stuff?
No, they usually called me a waste of space, and one of them said she wished I wasn't her sibling a lot.
Hermia, do you not
that's my
remember
parents.
Shadow trying to kill Rosalind
Yeah.
for like a month?
Oh wait,
Ross
that's
has
like
kind of siblings being mean to each other is kind of a sore subject for Roz.
I mean, like I knew about Shadow, but I wasn't sure if she grew up with younger kids.
Oh, gotcha. Okay,
that were her age.
That's fair enough, I guess.
That also didn't go super well for her. She was not popular in the orphanage because she was the weird girl who talked to herself.
Yeah, Rosalind thinks back to life in orphanage and is like, no, people being mean sucks.
No, it was bad. A lot.
I guess it's a different kind of mean. I don't know. Something me and my brother did.
Corey,
Okay.
All right, so
Corey just
Yep.
pats Hermia and it's just like, okay, I'll call you mean things and we can, I don't know, play tag or
so
something.
as
in the
you're
box. Let's
all
go.
getting ready to go into the box, Norrison's
Yeah.
like, so you can fit one more person?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Silas goes,
You want-
yes,
I mean,
they
yeah,
can,
but like,
and it's going to be me. Gil is my friend.
Oh, jeez.
And Norrison's like, oh, all right. And he kind of steps back.
I might.
Silas is hungry.
Corey would actually be like. Corey might actually say, "Hey, bud, I think it might be better if you stay out here in case they need quick healing. We don't know."
Also, they need your
quickly
perception.
things go
They
bad."
need your eyes.
Yes.
Oh,
You
I
have the
see.
best eyes.
I don't
We
have
can
eyes.
have a sleepover next time, just not in the middle of this murder.
Will you
forest.
let Gil know that I miss him?
I will.
Yeah, but Gil's okay, you know.
Okay.
All right, Norrison,
right.
you can come to the
Alright,
box too.
Doesn't hurt. That's fine.
All right. So y'all get sucked into the box, so you can take a short rest and spend.
I got the
hit
Orb of
dice.
Cozy Nights up, everybody.
What does that do
So,
again?
Double the healing from your con modifier
Okay.
when you're using
Uh,
hit dice.
So as you come in, it is the same sort of like pub tavern type setting that it was before, and as you get in, Hermia, Gil kind of, everyone, oh, we have new guests, and Hermia, as he kind of gets up near you, goes, Hermia, you can change your hair color, can't you?
Yeah.
Oh, and so that's a choice you made. And he walks away.
Bill laughs. It's like, yes.
Maybe
All right,
later.
Let's
We'll talk about
do
that later.
some hit dice here for Zana.
Yeah. I'm just gonna roll them here for sake of ease.
Yep. So remember, you get to add your con twice to each dice
Yeah.
that you roll.
And you get a +4 from Corey.
Just a flat +4.
Yep. Just one time.
Is that to each? Is that just
Nope,
one time?
Just one time.
And I get a spell.
Just
back
one
in.
time.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Yay.
5 and 1 plus
Why
8
can't I see?
is 13 plus 4 is 17.
Ooh,
Do
she
one
gets back her
more.
second win from that as well. Nice.
That's what I
Perfect.
thought. That's what
Okay.
I was gonna say. Why don't you go in there so you can get your second one back?
Zana has a lucky? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I
Why
think you
haven't
gave
you
that.
been using that?
You definitely gave that as a feat to her,
Yeah.
way back when.
Yup. All right, cool. That's good to remember. All right, so outside, Rayella, Norrison, Leo, Silas.
Oh, did Norrison not come inside?
Oh, sorry. You're right. Norrison did come
Oh,
inside.
okay.
Yes. Leo. As you're walking, you hear Leah's voice. What are you going to do, Leo?
How far away from everybody am I?
You're pretty close. You don't want to stray too far off. So I mean, you're walking, not quite shoulder to shoulder, but Zealous and Rosalind and Rayella are within 5 to 10 feet as you're trekking through.
I'm gonna try to talk to Leah using the telepathic powers. I'm gonna try to form a connection. If I can. If I can, I'll just whisper underneath my breath. I'm not sure yet.
That Sayria girl nearly died. Zana nearly died.
I can't be in every place at once. Like, I have to rely on others to be able to hold up on their own. Well, we got out of that situation, so I don't know. We just need to get these guys to safety, and then we can start figuring out what's gonna happen with the party in that portal.
She goes quiet. Rosalind, just make a perception check for me as you're, keeping watch on stuff.
4.
All right, cool. You don't
Isn't Zealous
notice.
out there too?
Zealous is out there, yeah. Zealous does kind of come up next to you, Rosalind. I think that Leo may be suffering from a degenerative disease at his old age. He's talking to
Oh
himself.
my god.
She glanced over. I think I'd be the last one to throw stones on that one, bud.
I don't believe that my kind can suffer from the same sort of conditions as elves. I don't have a brain like they do.
No, I'm saying I can't throw stones on that one. I talk to voices in my head all the time.
Oh. Is that because of a neurological disorder?
That depends on how you look at a neurological disorder. Yeah, kind of, but no.
Perhaps after we deal with this portal, I could try to cure you of it.
Nope, don't need any curing. My brain's doing fine.
Okay. All right, 10 minutes pass. The rest of you pop back out again. Corey has to answer a few questions of why can't we just stay in there? And then Norrison's like, why didn't we just go in there when we were leaving?
We didn't think of it at the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
How is
Who?
Norrison acting around me? I'm just curious. I'm not going to make it a thing.
I think that he's too focused right now on just wondering
Survival.
if y'all are gonna survive or not. Yeah.
Okay.
I'd say that after spending, even though he was like asleep for most of it, but just through the night and kind of as you've been walking through the forest now, he has like this sort of resignation to him. Obviously, like this sucks, right? Rayella, though, has like this determination because she wants to keep people alive. She wants to get through it safely. Sayria looks like she is holding back like a constant flight mode. And Norrison just seems more like he's accepted what's happened. Make an insight check for me if you'd like to.
Sure. I will try. 10.
10. There's something else weighing on him. You can't quite tell what it is, but unlike the other two who have some sort of mode of survival about them, there's just something about Norrison that seems to have already given up.
Okay. I guess while we're in there, I will have her approach him for a minute, if that's
Sure.
okay. Okay.
He's kind of holding a mug of like ale and just kind of swirling it around.
I wasn't sure if I'd come back here, but I wasn't expecting to come back to this.
To a tavern in a card box.
That too. It's been a lot of weird stuff happening since I've left. Sorry that I got brought over to you.
What do you? Sorry, what do you mean? And Gil runs by. The cookies are ready. And pulls a baking sheet out of an oven in the back as he turns an alarm off.
Part of the reason I left was this call to close portals. I had no idea that one was here for some time.
I mean, it's only, as far as we're aware, at least, been here for, I guess, if it started small and it's been growing, maybe a month or so. You
Yeah.
left, quite a bit before that. Did you leave a letter that I missed?
No, I didn't really leave much of anything. At the moment that I finally decided to go, I think I rather foolishly thought that it would just be better if I was gone.
I mean, it's you obviously didn't owe me anything, and you didn't, as from what I heard, leave any at home either. So just wanted to make sure that I didn't miss it. I guess.
I'm sorry how things ended.
There's no apologies necessary. I think that there are a lot of things that we wish, or that if we had a chance to, or if we could go back, we would do things differently, but it's just the nature of life, I suppose. And even if we had that information, who's to say we wouldn't just make other mistakes?
Very wise. But I am sorry, truly. I about Melandra. I heard the two of you got together, and I thought that was good. You should have been able to have your happy ending with her.
You can see that just hearing her name seems to cause him distress and pain.
Mm-hmm.
It was. I think that she made me a better person, or want to be better, and you did too.
It's okay.
No,
It's
I
okay.
mean, I don't. I know that the way that I carried myself hurt you. When you left, your departure affected a lot of people. You're the Farseer now, and it made me want to be a better person as well. I knew that I hadn't done right by you, and I wanted to, even if it wasn't for you, I wanted to be a better person. I wanted to be a leader. I wanted to affect people the way that you did. And I did the opposite.
What do you mean?
I convinced people to stay, Maeve, that otherwise would have left. Melandra, for one. If I hadn't thought that I had it in me to sway people the way you did just by leaving, then there are some people who would still be alive.
Can't blame yourself for that. I could have been wrong too, just as easily.
Well, hopefully you are never put into that position.
And I hope you're not put in that again. You hold that guilt. I see it in the way you walk.
Well, it's still fresh. Hopefully, if you and your friends are able to do what I'm praying to the Moonweaver you can do, I will have decades to work on it. Zana comes over and sits down as well. And she makes a point to like take her pistol out of the holster and just sets it on the table and sits down. He goes, hello? She nods. Zana, right? She nods. All right, she's not a talker.
No, she's more about being present, I think. Right, dear?
She,
Look at her like,
she
honey,
nods.
please. Zana is one of my partners.
One of.
Kalen is a bit far away. We met once, but he's on the other side of the continent right now.
Well, maybe one day I'll get to meet him as well.
I'm sure he'd like that. Thinking of Zana like, please don't shoot him.
You hear in your head, I'm not gonna shoot him. But he should know that I could if I wanted to.
You should know that's the decision that I'm making.
Yes. I could, and I'm not.
She pats her knee.
So eventually, you all
Yeah, eventually.
pop out of the box, unless there was anything anyone else wanted to chat with.
I am
Who
good.
would have tried one of Gil's cookies?
I
I
would have.
probably would have, yeah.
All right. Anyone who ate one of Gil's cookies, you have one temporary hit point.
Thanks, Gil. You know what? Could be the point between life and death.
Say,
You
if
don't
someone
know.
survives with 1
You
HP.
don't know. You don't know.
That's on Gil. Yeah, that's right. All right. So, who would like to aid in this next check?
Who's next?
No one else wants to go. Can I use my bonus action ability to give people advantage to start like pointing out shit? Like maybe if there's more traps up ahead.
Yeah, tell you what, make a... I'm gonna call this, just make an insight check for me as you're kind of going along, you're kind of giving little sort of bits of, like, advice to people based on kind of what you're seeing and, like, what you think not they need to hear, but what you think will kind of help them in, like, kind of shoring up their doubts a little bit, you know, basically, you know, kind of doing your best, you know, dad of the group type stuff, you know, giving them some dad advice and whatnot.
All right. You said insight.
Yeah.
That is a 12 plus 6.
12 plus 6. Okay, that's not too bad. So as you go from person to person, telling Zealous to keep his eyes out, you know, he has literally a piece of the Wild Mother beating within his heart. And as fucked up as this forest may be, it is still a part of her domain, and he has insight into that. You let Roz know that as tough as this is right now, that you and her are the rocks that people look to. And that she was right in her speech, that you just got to keep pushing forward and fake it till you make it.
Yep.
If we die, nobody's going to know. No one's going to know we fucked up.
I wouldn't phrase it that way.
But the two of you kind of share a chuckle. Just kind of person to person. Shut up. And you begin to find your way into a deeper, denser part of the forest. There are thick tangles of vines on the ground that Hermie and Roz kind of poke at to make sure they aren't snakes. They're draped down low on the trees across several branches. Those of you with swords kind of take point as you literally have to kind of chop and hack through a lot of these and like watch where your step is to make sure you aren't tripping over large swaths of them or getting your feet or your boots stuck. And Roz,
Yeah.
keeping a particular eye out for more snakes, and probably Maeve as well, having, fell into them.
Falling in the last snake pit.
Yeah.
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 You make it a habit to chop anything that gets in your way, snake or not. If you chop it, it ain't a snake anymore. And when you cut through a few of them, you think you see a snake because one of them is beginning to move. But that's definitely a vine.
Jeez.
And you start to call out to everyone, bringing them to attention. And all of you begin to notice as these vines have started to curl up your ankles and around your legs and are reaching down and curling around your arms, trying to grab you by the waist. You all begin to hack, slash, begin to move and push through this as quickly as you can. I need everyone to make either a dexterity or a strength save. And Rosalind, once again, you may pick two people to give your aura to.
Aim to.
Okay. Go ahead and put your results in the chat, please. We'll start with, we'll do Zana. Wow, her strength and dex are the same?
It is surprising, but fighters, I think, are trained in both.
Okay. Oh, no. Maeve, you don't have any, like, pallid elfy sort of thing that lets you get advantage on dex saves, do you?
Why? 21's not enough?
No,
No, I
this
think-
this isn't for Maeve.
For someone else. No, not that I'm aware of. Wait. Oh, no, that's only for rangers.
What's your
We've
your thing as far as you have something to do with like difficult terrain, don't you?
Yep, so we get advantage against plants that are magically created or manipulated to impede movement, and we don't get affected by difficult terrain.
Okay. I will say that just based on that, I think you and Rayella, and I guess the other elves actually, go ahead and take. No, you said it's a ranger thing.
It's a ranger
Okay,
thing, not a paladin elf thing.
You and Rayella have advantage on this.
Okay.
She rolled 2 natural ones. Okay, cool. Thanks, Rayella.
Fucking A, Riala. I'll roll one more time just in case it matters. That's a 20.
All right. Zealous, where are you at? My apologies. I have so many people I'm rolling for tonight. Remind me to never have you escort NPCs ever again.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Oh,
no more escorting
no.
NPCs while playing an NPC.
You know what? You rolled 2 nat 1s in a row. Why am I rolling you again? Although the chances of doing another nat 1 Never been lower.
That's not how statistics works. I wish it was.
Well, guess what, Maeve?
Was that 20?
That is an 18 plus
Yeah.
2 for Zealous.
No, it's good. I said that because I didn't want to jinx you see.
All right. Sayria with a plus 7 total.
Is that adding Callie's
That's with
thing?
Callie's thing, yep.
Oh, Riella. What are we going to do with you?
Can we donate
We just put her in
inspiration
the
to
box?
the NPCs?
I know, right?
And Norrison.
Oh, we might want to donate for Sayria. A 9? Fucking hell.
All right.
Oh, boy. So all 3 NPCs.
Yep.
Currently, what? What's
Okay.
happening to them?
So, Norrison, Sayria, Rayella,
Yeah.
Zana,
Oh, Sana too. Fuck.
Corey.
Corey, no!
What is happening?
Failing our roles.
All right. So as you all have to push through, cutting at the vines, tearing at them, trying to duck underneath to get out of here. Oh, that's not too bad. Anyone who made it, so if you weren't one of those 5 that I had mentioned, you are only going to take 7 bludgeoning damage as the vines are trying to like squeeze and pull at you. So everyone who failed, so Corey and Zana, you and then the NPCs take 15 bludgeoning damage.
Ow.
Oh, that's how you do it. Okay. Sorry, I was trying to figure out how to do damage in D&D Beyond because I don't usually do it there.
Yep. I'm gonna go and get it on.
How close to Saria am I?
Yeah, thanks for the 110 HP.
Would you have wanted to make an effort of staying close to her?
Yeah, because I don't want another Leia situation.
Okay. You managed to make it through, so you would have to go back in towards her. So you'll take another round of damage from the vines attempting to grab at you, but you will have a chance to help her.
Yeah, I'll
Okay.
do it.
All right. So here's what's going to happen. As you get past the vines and you look back to see that there are still people struggling, they are very quickly overwhelmed by the vines. And they are... Just double check something really quick. Okay. Within a round, they are going to be completely tangled up in these. There's no way that they're going to be able to get out without some sort of major aid here. So Leo, you want to go back in towards Sayria. Anyone else, what would you like to do? How would you like to help here? If you go back in, you'll make the same check as before. It won't be at any sort of disadvantage or anything. The vines will just try to grab you again. But if you are if you fail and you're in there for longer, it gets worse.
I'm probably going to help Sana.
And who else
Yeah,
is
can we-
caught up?
Norrison.
Here, let me put a
And Corey.
Yep.
Sorry. More importantly.
So Norrison, Corey, Rayella, Sayria,
And Sana. The 3 NPCs plus Corey.
and Zana.
All right. Okay. So if Leo is grabbing Saria, Hermia, go grab Corey. I'll grab Norrison. Maeve can grab Zana.
Yep.
Then we'll grab Rayella after this, who's a big girl and can handle herself.
Or have Zealous, I guess, help her.
Or Zealous can run help.
Okay. So let me just make sure this I'm clear here. You're going to go in and just try to like hack the limbs off or like take them apart to try to get them out, because at this point their bodies are covered in quite a few
Yeah.
limbs. Okay. All
I
right.
was gonna grab Saria and use Dimension Door to get out, but yeah.
No, that's okay. You know what? That's a good use. So let's go ahead and resolve that first then. So heading back into the vines, make a dexterity save for me to try to avoid them. The vines sort of grabbing a hold of you.
12 plus 9.
Yes, that will do it. So you're going to take 8 bludgeoning damage as you reach out and grab a hold of Sayria and Dimension Door forward away with her. She will not take another round of damage because she would not have survived that. So Sayria is safe.
And how low is she? Because I'll just pump a healing word into her real quick.
She could use that, yes. So go ahead and put it in chat how much healing word or how much healing it is. Maeve, you're going for Zana?
Yeah.
All right, and you just want to try to get in there and help hack these things off of her?
Hack these things so she can maybe Dimension Door if she didn't already use it.
She used it earlier.
That's fair. That's fair. Okay. Yep,
Okay.
Just gonna.
All right,
to hack.
so heading back in, make a dexterity save for me.
Okay, but I get advantage because of the thing.
You get advantage, yep.
But minus. Okay.
28.
Yeah, you know, with a natural 20, you don't even take any damage.
I've gotten a lot of natural 20s this time, which I'm happy about. Don't get
I
me
think that's your
wrong.
fifth
But
tonight.
I am scared.
You deftly make it in there, and you are able to use your action to hack away at the branches from around her. So she will get another dexterity save, this time with advantage, to see if she can get out fully. And she can. So she is going to take damage, though. Wow, that's a super low roll. So she only takes 7 damage from that.
And I just grab her hand and run.
Yes, with your natural 20, you're able to get out of there as well. All right. Rosalind, go ahead and make your save. Who was it that you were going to...
Norison.
Norison.
Okay.
27.
Yes, okay. So 27, you make it in there. You're going to take, at half damage, 10 bludgeoning damage as you get in and cut away, giving him advantage. Oh,
And he has +5 to his roll.
Yeah. Oh, Nori. That is a 10. So you kind of cut him free and grab his hand and go to start pulling him out. And he is limp in your hand. As you turn back
Wait,
to see
he's
that
dead?
he is unconscious, and
Yeah.
the vines are beginning to pull up his lower torso. Make if you just want to try and just pull him out and just get out of here, make an athletics check for me.
Yeah.
Unless there's something else you'd like to try.
No, there's the time I roll like garbage.
You begin to use Radiant Stis to start hacking the vines off of his legs, but they are now starting to creep back up around you. We'll get back to you and Norrison in just a minute.
What?
Hermia, who are you going for? Also, Corey, if there's anything you have an action, so if there's anything you want to try and do yourself as well, you don't have to wait to be rescued if you can pull off what it is. But you are basically heavily restrained with vines all over your legs and your shoulders and arms.
Are Corey and Norrison close to each other?
Depends. What would you like to do?
Well, if I'm seeing now things have gone to shit, I'd want to phase step and then cause fire to start burning some of the vines away.
I will let you know, fire will help, but will also harm. It may make some checks easier, but then people will be, covered in flaming vines.
Okay.
Definitely wouldn't do it for Norrison because
So-
he's already.
So yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's a little bit of a double-edged sword.
Okay. Then to get Corey out,
Mm-hmm.
this isn't like exactly what it does, but could I potentially use elusive flourish to kind of like use my dexterity to kind of like dodge the vines and like cut her loose and then get back out?
I will say using elusive flourish will give you advantage on your dexterity check. As your
Okay, but it
as
doesn't help her out.
it doesn't help her out, no.
Okay. Shit. This sucks. Did we fail like a check or something, and that's why we all
No.
got caught?
No,
I
just
did.
so your check just determines what the DC is, and 18 is still or wait. No, this is from the from Leo's insight check.
Yeah.
So you were gonna run into this regardless, but the checks that you make determine how difficult it is and like how quickly you see it. So no, it's not Roz's fault. It's technically not Leo's fault either. It's the 4 NPCs that failed. Like if this is just one person, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. But this is quite a
Okay,
few
with
people.
elusive flourish, I got a natural 20 on my save.
Okay, so you don't take any damage as you get in there very, very quickly, evading and dodging the vines, and manage in one quick slash to cut Corey free. So Corey, make a dexterity saving throw, or strength if you want, at advantage.
Definitely not a strength save. $17.
How were you trying to get out, Corey? You're just trying to make a run for it? Or do you want to use any abilities here to help yourself?
Yeah, I mean, if... Will I need to make another check if I don't use an ability?
No, I will let you know right now that you missed the DC by 1. So depending on an ability that you want to use, it will give you the bonus that you need. Or it may give you another attempt here.
I'll just shoot straight up into the air, Superman.
Another fly spell or another fly usage. Okay. Go ahead and make another dexterity check for me at advantage. The DC has lowered.
Oh God.
Oh no.
15. I'm gonna spend
15. You rolled a 15 or
inspo.
15 total? That's what you need.
15 total.
That was the DC. So
Oh.
as you fly up, a few of the vines up in the trees kind of catch you a little bit, but you're able to kind of twist and turn around, and you free yourself, getting free of them. You do take 9 damage, 9 bludgeoning damage. Last one.
Thanks for me up.
Rayella can't do anything because these things are all over her.
Can't Zealous just like use Mother's Embrace to
You know,
yank her?
we'll try. It will be a opposed check here, but you're right. Zealous hasn't been doing anything, so let me take a quick look at what he has.
Do you have like
That way he
control
doesn't have
plants
to
or
walk
something?
in too.
Yeah.
I think he does actually have a... What does plant growth do?
That just makes
Okay.
like difficult terrain, I think. isn't it?
So we're gonna use it in a kind of cool way. He's gonna use plant growth to grow some of his own plants that are going to aid Roz in her next turn. And I'm gonna do a contested roll, just a straight D20. Zealous will be the white one, to see if his plants can overpower and help get Rayella out. And they did. So she will get a chance to make another dex save.
She gets advantage.
She rolled a natural 20.
Yay!
So she is going to take 7 bludgeoning damage, but she is able to get herself free with Zealous's help and get out of the growth. Roslyn,
Yeah.
the vines are beginning to creep up on you, but then you notice other vines that are starting to like peel back those vines, and like they're like fighting each other. So make a strength save at advantage first with a lower DC this time as well. You have to beat a 14.
Yep, that's good.
Okay, so you're able to pull yourself free as you heft Norrison's body up onto your shoulder. Make an athletics check at advantage now. And you are able to run through, pulling yourself through vine after vine after vine. You do take 9 bludgeoning damage, pulling yourself the other side, and Norrison will fail 1 death save, and you toss him down onto the ground as he fails because he was being like hit by stuff as well. And then he's gonna make a death saving throw.
Can I lay on hands him?
Yes, you put him down. You immediately put a lay on hands into him. He does not seem to be moving.
Oh,
Oh, the lay on hands doesn't work.
well then he's dead.
Wait, what? It doesn't work?
If lay on hands didn't heal him, then he's probably dead.
Is he dead?
He is. You know that if it's happened, it just happened as you were pulling him out. So if you have a revivify.
Yep, I do.
Yep. So as everyone's kind of coming out, and people are in pain, people are coughing, people are labored breath. Maeve, you look over to see Roslyn glowing hand onto Norrison's chest, and he doesn't move.
Then she'll just run to his side.
And as Maeve runs over, collapses next to him, as Roslyn begins to search through her pack for a diamond. That's where we'll pick up next week.